Israel's founding father and first prime minister, David Ben Gurion, had a dream to bring growth and prosperity to the Negev desert. Ben Gurion's dream is bearing fruit with a university in his name and a campus on Sde Boker, his home for the last 20 years of his life. This week, the campus held a conference featuring hostage families and health professionals addressing the nightmare of the October 7th massacre and beyond.
We want this suffering to end for everybody. In both sides of the border, no one wants to live in war. We want to live in peace.
Shai Dickman, the cousin of murdered hostage Carmel Gott, was one of the headliners at the 55th Board of Governors Conference.
We will be able to rebuild here, and we will be able to rehabilitate. This country was built with people that came back from the Holocaust, the worst horrors. My grandmother waited for foreign countries to save her and for the war to end.
People from around the world converged to take part in presentations about the long-term trauma affecting people of all ages, as well as discussions about finding creative solutions.
The circles of vulnerability that we see in every emergency exist to understand which and who needs what, and what are the challenges, what are their capacities, and how we can intervene to actually towards healing.
Professor Dorit Nitzan lived abroad for 17 years working for the World Health Organization. She returned home to Israel and is the head of emergency medicine at the university's School of Public Health.
When we imagine a stone that really is dropped strongly into the water and the ripple effect, then we can see that those that are close to the stone are really suffering so much.
You know about the hostages. You know that people were taken from their home in your country. You hear terrible stories from what happened there.
Among the most vulnerable are children and teens who need help trying to make sense of the senseless. 55 children were killed on October 7th. Nearly 2,000 children lost one or both parents and at least one sibling. Not to mention thousands of children with a parent still fighting the war in Gaza.
Not post-trauma. We're not even at the post yet.
Yeah, exactly. We're not in the post, and we don't have many countries to compare ourselves, because it's not only the October 7th event, it's the war that's still continuing, it's the hostages still in Gaza, so we are still in the middle of it. It's very early to say when we can cure it.
My research is so connected to my personal journey as a member of the Bedouin Arab Society in southern Israel.
The Arab-Israeli population is also experiencing ongoing trauma and distress, especially victims from the Bedouin community in southern Israel.
We have shared fate, and the 7 October make it more clear that a lot of people from the Bedouin Arab Society, they injured or killed or kidnapped in Gaza. And I think we must work on our society to feel more closer each group.
Another lingering challenge, the mental health effects on parents trying to hold it together for their children.
Since October 7, many parents, they lost their confidence as parents. They couldn't protect their children, and they find themselves terrified for many hours in the shelters. And even those all around the country, we found ourselves in a difficult situation where we couldn't protect our children from the missiles and from the threat of the missiles, the alarm.
The bottom line, with hostages still in the tunnels of Gaza and the ongoing war against Hamas, the path to recovery is still a long and winding road.